Embattled Belarus President Alexander Lukashenko has been booed off stage by angry workers while visiting a factory in the capital Minsk to rally support for his crumbling leadership. Mr. Lukashenko is struggling to contain a wave of mass protests and strikes that pose the biggest challenge to his 26-year rule of the country. His opponents say he rigged the August 9 presidential election to secure a sixth term in power. Official results showed him winning just over 80% of the vote. Mr. Lukashenko flew by helicopter to the factory where he attempted to give a rousing speech. But he was met by angry workers chanting, "Go away!" and "Step down!" I will never cave into pressure, he told the workers. Some of you might have got the impression that the government no longer exists, that it has tumbled down, the 65-year-old former State Farm director shouted. The government will never collapse, you know me well. He said the demonstrators had been poisoned by social networks, but vaguely suggested he was open for discussions on constitutional reforms in an apparent bid to stem the protests. As he spoke, more than 5,000 striking workers from the Minsk tractor plant marched down the streets of the city, joining workers from an increasing number of state-controlled factories walking off the job. Some police, journalists from state media, and a sitting ambassador have also supported the protesters. The country's opposition leader Svetlana Tsikhanouskaya said she was ready to lead Belarus if Mr. Lukashenko stood down. Speaking in a video address from Lithuania, she called for the creation of a legal mechanism to ensure a new, fair presidential election could be held. She also urged security and police officers to support her, saying they would be pardoned if they did so. Her video was released a day after Belarusians chanting "Step down" filled the center of the capital Minsk in the biggest anti-government protest so far. I am ready to take responsibility and act as a national leader during this period, so the country can settle down and get back to normality, so that we can release all political prisoners and prepare a legal framework and conditions to hold a new round of presidential elections quickly, Ms. Tsikhanouskaya said, adding it was essential to make the most of the momentum generated by a week of protests. The former English teacher has become one of the leading opposition figures against Mr. Lukashenko. She fled to neighboring Lithuania last week, saying she had done so for the safety of her children, but quickly began releasing new videos calling for anti-government protests to continue.